Hello, welcome to Morning Inspiration. Let's read Messiah's incoming words to get some inspiration for today. Solutions for serious global issues. As we enter the age of internationalization and globalization in 21st century, we are confronted with the urgent task of overcoming a large number of difficult obstacles to world peace. I have an absolute conviction that our global problems can only be resolved through a process that addresses their fundamental root. I have dedicated my entire life to pursuit of the will of heaven based on this conviction. Please allow me to share a few of its core elements with you. Our world today has become evil, filled with conflict, confusion, and hatred. This is the true of individuals, families, societies, and nations. The root cause of so much wickedness is the conflict between the mind and body of individual human beings. A conflict that started at the beginning of human history and has been perpetuated throughout the ages. As embodiment of discord, the individuals naturally produce families fraught with conflict, countries torn by strife, and a world divided by struggle. What is the result? The result is an evil, hellish world. For heaven, it is most abominable of all possible worlds. The origin of this ongoing conflict lies in the relationship between two individuals, man and woman, who are themselves torn by internal conflict. Therefore, the solution to our complex global difficulties lies in creating unity between mind and body, and in harmonizing the relationship between man and woman. By accomplishing these two goals, we will have found the solution to the problem of the entire world. Why have mind and body came into conflict with each other? Why have man and woman been unable to establish harmony and unity? It is my firm conviction that through the fall which took place at the dawn of human history, the mind and body of human beings became divided and strife emerged between man and woman. The human world became evil with Satan at its center. The first step in solving the world problems then is to find God. The second is to cast out the evil Satan. The third is for man and woman to accomplish the unity of mind and body. God expelled fallen Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden when they left the garden, became husband and wife centered on Satan. When they bore children while in that state, humankind inherited the lineage of Satan. The lineage was corrupted throughout adultery of archangels who became Satan, stole the intended bride of heaven. It is a principle of heaven that whenever a relationship of love is established, whether false love or true love, ownership is established from that point. Because of this principle, the human ancestors came under the ownership of Satan. Originally, the mind and body were to have become one, centering on God's true love. However, the true love of God has a chance to be perfected within the human mind. The mind became bound by Satan's false love. That enables Satan to take root in the body. Originally, the mind was to exert a positive polarity over the body. However, due to the fall, the body formed another positive pole, repelling the original mind and finally dominating it. For that reason, God has been working to perfect the power of true love into the human mind in order to bring about the absolute subjugation of the body now engulfed in false love. Only when they are unified through true love can the mind and body return to the state where God dwells within them. We need to obey the commands of the conscience. Through the fall, our ancestors became false ancestors. This created the need for religions and for a Messiah. The task of religion and the purpose of the coming of the Messiah are to break down the hell of false love, false life, and false lineage, which have given rise to the false individuals, false families, false society, false state, and false world. Religion and the Messiah must guide us back to the original world of true love, true life, and true lineage, the world of true parents with God at the center. God is a relational being, and he too feels loneliness. He created the heavens and earth, treading on a relational ideal, and his reason was to find true love. Look at the created world. You will see that it is structured in pairs. The mineral world, the plant world, and the animal world are all arranged in subject-object partner relationship as a way of providing ideal model for true love between human beings. True love is the reason women are born for the sake of men and men for the sake of women. Solution to global problem became possible only when our minds and body and when men and women came to live for the very purpose of becoming one through true love. True love can be found only in a situation where a person exists for the sake of his her relational complement. Satan's love is self-centered, where God's love is other-centered. These two kinds of love are in total contradiction to each other. For our fallen bodies to be free from the satanic world, we need to know absolutely that the invisible God is our ideal subject partner of true love, and we need to achieve the position of a second visible God as his absolute object partner. Our mind and body must be united by means of the invisible God and by means of true love, and we must honor and respect our heart and conscience, just as we honor and respect God Himself. We can recover our original self only by absolutely submitting to the commands of our conscience. God is the parent of parents, the teacher of teachers, and the master of masters. This forms the basis for the three subject partners principle that encompasses heaven and earth. It is only through the conscience that these three can form absolute unity and fulfill the three subject partners principle. Thus, the conscience is most important to us than our parents who gave us birth. More important than any teacher and more important than the king of any country. Only when elevated to such a position can the conscience become an object of God's love. The conscience needs to education about right and wrong. We have to give it absolute honor and obedience just as we would honor and obey God. Okay, sorry. The conscience needs no education about right and wrong. We have to give it absolute honor and obedience just as we would honor and obey God. There is nothing I do that my conscience does not know about. It sees everything. The conscience are objects wherever the body comes to do something wrong. Yet, because the power of selfish love was stronger than the power of the conscience, From the time of the fall, the body is able to drag the mind around wherever it chooses. This kind of problem will not exist if the human conscience had achieved perfection and had formed a relationship of true love with God in the Garden of Eden. Adam's family in the Garden of Eden was to be able to be a family of true love in accordance with God's ideal. God created them so that they would give visible expression to every kind of invisible existence. God, man, and woman were in subject-object partner relationship centering of true love. He created the two ancestral human beings, Adam and Eve, with the expectation that they would become the substantial perfection of the ideal children, ideal brother, ideal sister, ideal husband, wife, and ideal parents existing within God's heart. God wanted the true love of children to be perfected in substantial form. He wanted to see his object partners of true love perfected as actual brothers and sisters in a family, as actual husband and wife, and as actual parents. So powerful quotes for today. If you'll have problem today, please listen or watch this video one more time. See you tomorrow with more powerful quotes. All the best. Bye-bye. Yours, Nicolae.